Oh.
So I'm going to try not to G-lock, let the allergies affect my dry eyes. And if I start speaking any other language aside from English, let me know. And I'll start over again. First, glory be to God. Without you, wouldn't be here today. Thank you, Colonel Kelly Rain, Chief Walters, Colonel A.G. Cruz, Colonel Clark, Colonel Russo, Colonel Autry. Thank you for all the opportunities that you have set for me and allowed me to work and sometimes just figure out. It wasn't the easiest at times, but we got through it. Squadron Superintendents, thank you for being there. You guys made things a lot easier than it could have been. Or, yes. I don't know. I'm terrible with cliches, so work with me. You know what I mean, but thank you. Thank you very much. So, superintendents, first sergeants, friends, fellow Mustang medics, thank you for coming out here and celebrating this day with me. So, Colonel Casey, thank you for those kind words. I didn't forget about the $20. And for officiating the ceremony. You're an exceptional officer, leader, and mentor, who puts 100% into everything that you do. After how phenomenal you made me sound, I don't think I have to say much more. I can just say thank you. But I did stay up until about 4 o'clock last night, finishing the speech, so 4 more minutes. Special thank you to our Master of Ceremonies, Kristen Woodger, Senior Airman Kristen Woodger, who has broken out of her shy and awkward shell to becoming a leader that you are. Kristen, continue to set your goals, take it day at a time, and you'll achieve anything you set your mind to do. So, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef? There you go. All right. So also, thank you, Sergeant Aguilar, Sergeant McKinstry. At first, I thought I was going to try to, take care of this by myself, and there's no way this would have happened. And I'm thankful for you guys for making this a success. Thank you. Thank you to the Honor Guard team. It's a team that's made up of our own Mustang medics, and I'm proud to serve with you. And as a prior program manager, job well done. And also, Sergeants Andrew and Tawny Denayo, thank you for honoring our nation's colors and presenting me with my retirement flag. Colonel Wolf, sir, thank you for the great invocation. We received the blessing and pass the blessings on to you as well. And Colonel Russo, thank you for your time. You're very busy and running around, and thank you. So, I'm also thankful that my mom's able to attend. As well as Mama Cat and Sister Angela, and like I said before, my first supervisor or Air Force mom, Master Sergeant Kimberly Wade Cooper, retired Air Force. So, and for the rest of you, thank you for coming out. I know it's towards the end of the day. There's not much food here, so there's not much motivation to keep on staying here, but thank you. So, all right, before we get too far along, wow, this public speaking thing as a platform instructor, this is hard.
It's true.
Man. Okay. Before I get too far along, thank you to my loving wife, Kathleen, aka Kat, or as anyone knows, girlfriend. For not only supporting me these 9 years of marriage, but 17 years that we've known each other. Craig, same time. You're my best friend, my love, and my inspiration. And I'm glad you always went along with our crazy ideas that would come up, shooting a candle, some other things. But thank you for being crazy with me and enduring this journey of the Air Force life. Thank you, Mama Kathy and sister, Sergeant First Class, retired Army, for trusting me with your daughter, your grandchildren, and your sister. Wow, okay. All right, kiddos. All right. So, Alexis, Kiana, and Kai. Awesome, Kai. Thank you for your support. Which you pretty much didn't have much of a choice. Just have to say, every time I would deploy, Miss Kiana there would always leave me a surprise on my shirt. It's kind of awkward deploying when you have a bunch of baby vomit. So, but we'll have a lot more time for fun and life's lessons. So just know that I'll hold you to the high standards, and you'll find appreciation in the near future. Finally, thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for not taking me out in my teenage years. I know you brought me to life, and you could have taken me out of it as well, but with this know-it-all teenager and adult, I know I wasn't the easiest child, so thank you for your sacrifice. I had a great childhood, and I continue to learn from you every day. All right, that was the hard part, okay. All right, so I have to say, leaders like my mom, she taught me honesty and keeping your word and trying your hardest at everything that you do. And sooner or later, it'll equal success, even in failure. My first supervisor, Miss Wade Cooper, you taught me that taking care of people with respect will result in people taking care of you. It would take me longer than what time allows for me to thank everyone that has an impact on my life. So if I didn't name you, just know that just thank you. All right. Just know also that the Air Force wouldn't be able to maintain air superiority without our collective teamwork striving for excellence in all we do with integrity and service before self. Thank you once again. So yes, as Colonel Casey said, it all started in 1995. Joined the Air Force to see the world, and they stuck me back at home at Shaw Air Force Base. I was pretty upset. I wanted to do some traveling and see the world and let the Air Force, take care of my 22-year vacation, but it didn't work out that way. I remember walking through the doors of aerospace psychology because most people don't know what physiology is, including myself. Like, I would drive past this building every day. And as soon as I walked in, slick sleeve, air and basic, I met all kinds of people from all walks of life. I was quickly welcomed to the family, and I knew where I ranked within the flight. One of my first gifts as an aerospace physiology technician was a flathead screwdriver in a parking lot, taking out the weeds wherever they were growing. Meg, you were out there with me, so you were on that part. Yeah. I also learned that you can use a buffer, the type of buffer that you use on the floor out here, to buff a carpet. Who would have thought? I worked plenty of Saturdays buffing the carpet. just fuck in the car. Excellence in all we do. So I was also certified in a proper amount of cleaner to water ratio. You know that pine smelling cleaner, the one that hits you from across the street with the 25-foot pine tree? Yeah, that one. Got very proficient with that as well. So you fast forward 4 months and they finally trusted me to answer the phone and to talk to people outside the flight. I thought to myself, I'm moving up in the world, you know, they trust me. During this time, I thought that people were really nice, but when do I get to do my job? Like, all I do is sit and learn. My first supervisor, the person I would like to once again give credit to my supervisor's style. She took me under her wing, and she taught me finesse and overcoming shyness. I'm pretty shy.
How'd you say
Finding my
that?
voice and learning the NATO phonetic alphabet. You know, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. So as a young scheduler, I was scheduling one of our Army brothers from Fort Bragg, and I asked the gentleman, what's the student's last name? And he proceeded with Romeo, Alpha, Mike, Echo, Romeo. And I was like, sir, hold on. How many last names does he have? Phonetic alphabet. Here's your carpet buffer. All right. Even though I didn't know it at the time, I was being exposed to being a leader. The seed was planted, watered, and given a lot of sunlight. Let me tell you, that parking lot out there had a lot of weeds growing in it. But all I had to do was not mess up the soil or get dried out. I became accustomed to the people that were quick to correct with a warrior ethos, but not coddle. They made it clear that it was all business and not personal. I learned that no matter what I did yesterday, I would be made fun of the next day. But more importantly, they'd give me another chance to prove myself. I learned that they treated me and my tech school classmate differently. However, correction was the same. They were consistent. They didn't scold, but they corrected with the warrior ethos. I was given a strong foundation within physiology, both inside the classroom and with chamber flight hours. We didn't have an IO3 waiver back then, Captain. I learned that you can receive 4 letters of counseling all in the same day in Airman Leadership School and still not get removed from the course. As a platform instructor, it was kind of humorous watching people that have never taught before, those that are usually on the flight line, trying to present material for the first time in front of people. Don't worry though, I've matured a lot since then. And this speech is kind of hard to read right now. At this time, Master Sergeant Wade Cooper, she was accepted as the first sergeant in PCS, which I thought was kind of funny because, you know, after she left, I had a bunch of change of raiders, and finally they just got me orders to deal. So I'm not sure if I wasn't cleaning the parking lot good enough. All right, so as I checked into Beale, my new mission was not working with the LTG chamber, something I thought I was good at. But it's being upgrade training once again, learning the U2 launch and recovery mission, full pressure suit maintenance, and whatever else was needed to support the mission. Once again, I often found myself walking around the building, looking for things to do until my class date came up. During this time, I was certified in the safe use of the extended duster, cleaning cobwebs that were hanging from the ceiling since the building was stood up. I also learned that you don't use degreaser to clean a glass tabletop. It'll put a haze on there like no other. Having you practice your wax on, wax off for a few hours straight. But once again, I was learning how to be a leader. At this time, it was an operational leader. This time supervision was challenging, and I had challenging supervisors. And there is zero margin for error with this job. I often say, and my airmen have heard me say this before, if someone at finance makes a mistake, you might not get a paycheck. If someone at PSPTS makes a mistake, we could lose a pilot. So with that being said, how many people like boxed macaroni and cheese? I love boxed macaroni and cheese. I'm getting somewhere with this. Have you ever made boxed macaroni and cheese and it not turn out well? You know, too crunchy, too mushy, too watery, or too dry? Yeah. Pretty simple task. Boil water, noodles, salt, right? Butter, milk, and powder, or Velveeta. Something as easy as cooking macaroni and cheese can be ruined if you lack attention to detail and fail to read the directions. We are in a profession that we cannot afford to make mistakes. There are a lot of after effects that occur if we do make mistakes. There are a lot of, I can probably say that following 13 deployments for close to 1,300 days away from home, that every TDY, our pilots made it home. So after 14 years at Beale, many life lessons were learned. So they don't stop and turn swim and golf. We moved to Shepherd Air Force Base, and it was pretty terrifying. I fought my whole career not to come out here, because I didn't want to be a part of the AETC team. But I'm glad I did. As a new member, I learned a new mission, new people, and met with a lot of great new leaders. They didn't have me outside in the parking lot. So this was my chance to be a senior non-commissioned officer and to be used as a manager rather than a master technician. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. I would like to think that I did fairly well during my time here. I'm grateful that the harvest was plentiful and the fruits were given to those that needed or wanted it. Within my AOP family and Med Group as extended family, I have planted seeds, kept them watered, and exposed to the sunlight. I have to say that I'm proud to see the seeds sprouting and reaching for the sky. I learned as a supervisor and a leader, you can't be a jerk. There was a deployment that I was on, and I had a lot of issues with my team. And I have zero tolerance for, I don't know how to do this, especially when you're deployed. It got to the point to where the technicians weren't working as expected, the way we were trained, zero mistakes. And I read the team the riot act, had a few choice words, and I threatened to send them home to be replaced, or have extended duty hours, or if we did have a day off, we no longer had a day off because we're coming in for training. And as a result, my team hated me. They stopped talking to me, and they did the bare minimum just to get by. And they did things out of fear. And I realized that I took away their dignity. And as a result, I lost their trust and respect. And I learned no matter what rank we hold, we don't have the right to take away someone's dignity. Eventually I saw my errors, I course corrected with a few drinks at the bar with my technicians, and completed another deployment with our pilots returning home safely. As a leader, I learned that I need to be courageous enough to hold people accountable and to speak up when something is wrong. Leadership is getting people to want to do what needs to be done. However, given enough rank and positional power, any superior can force people to get things done. Forcing people to get things done is not leading. There will be times that you will interact with these immature managers. I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't be a leader that pushes people away. So remember that flexibility is the key to air power. And as I wake up with my blanket of BD214, I can more efficiently state that flexibility is key. Thank you all for coming out, helping me celebrate 22 years of honorable service. I can honestly say that I will rest easy knowing that you all will continue to keep watch, allowing us to live the lifestyle that we have grown accustomed to. After the close reception of Cake and Punch, I invite you all to come out to the Shepherd Club, Hangar 1, to enjoy a drink or two. Thank you and God bless.